Hello everyone. In today's video, I want to show you how you can save $10,000 fast. Either $10,000, 10,000 euros, 10,000 pounds, 10,000 Australian dollars, 10,000 Japanese yen, 10,000 naira, 10,000 whatever currency your country is using. How you can save that, or equivalent of $10,000 in your local currency, how you can save that fast if you can follow these tips that I'm going to lay out here today. Okay, so tip number one is I want you guys to first of all set a clear goal. You must have a clear goal. What does a clear goal do? A clear goal gives you a new perspective. It's a refreshment of what you want to achieve. You must set out a clear goal of what you want to achieve. $10,000 fast. Okay, because without $10,000 you can invest it, you can do a lot of stuff, you can start a new life without $10,000. You know, so the first thing is set a clear goal. A clear goal is the big deal. To have a new perspective, to have a new vision, to have something to live for. So that is first thing. Now the second step is there's a rule we call 2740 or 2840. What does 2740 or 2840 means? Now if you want to save $10,000 or you want to save 10,000 euros or 10,000 pounds or equivalent of $10,000 in your local currency, whether that is Japanese yen, naira, or Australian dollars, or whatever, you have to start. You have to do it in a smaller chunk, in a smaller steps. Because when you look at $10,000, it looks so big and so mountainous that you can't climb it. So what you got to do is to break it down into a smaller chunk. Because with that smaller chunk, you're able to tackle it one day at a time. Like what I've done here. Now, if you say $10,000, if you break it down into days or weeks, in a day is $27, $27.40 or $28.40. In a week, it's $192 that you have to save. Then in a month, it's about $833 you have to save. But if you save it once in a month, say $833, that becomes a problem, because once for you to remove $833 from your income or from your salary, that is a challenge. So you do it step by step. You do it one day at a time. And if you multiply $27.40 a day by 365 days, that gives you about $10,000. Okay? So it is not doable thing. You can do it so fast that depending on what you want, depending on what you're following or how you want to get it done or you want to achieve it. And then the next thing is understanding the psychology behind these 30-day rules. Now there's a psychology behind it. It doesn't just fall from the sky. One of them is that the 30 days, it's a way our brain is being wired, by our creators. That if you've seen something, or if you have the urge to do something, or if you have the desire to do something, or if you have a desire to have something, that if you give yourself some time, eventually, without keep meditating on that particular thing, eventually the intensity will come down. That your emotion or the psychology behind that particular thing will begin to dwindle. And eventually you realize, oh, actually this very thing I don't want to do anymore, or I don't really need it, I don't really have the means to do it, or whatever. Okay, that is just the psychology behind the 30 days rule money saving, and it works wonder. It works wonder. You've got to give it a shot. You've got to give it a try, because it works. Okay. Now we jump to how to implement the 30 days rule. As you can see on the screen, first of all, create a waiting list for your item, for the things you want to do or the things you want to buy. you know, and that goes down to having a budget and having a priority. You have to prioritize. You have to put them in waiting list, and then you have to evaluate them after 30 days. For example, if you have the urge to go buy the latest gadget in the market, say an iPhone of $1,500 or $2,000, and you because you see everybody buying it, everybody is having that gadget, and you want to go get it as well. You give yourself some time, say 30 days. You see, you eventually evaluate and see, actually, I don't really need this. I don't need to spend this $1,500 to go just get an iPhone. There are other better alternatives that I could easily have. I could have fairly use for a smaller amount of money and save myself a whole bunch of money to do other stuff. So, and that works so well, it works so powerful. And the next thing is the benefit of this 30 days rule money saving. There are so many benefits to it. It reduces your impulsive spending, impulsive buying, because I would lie to you, we all falling a victim of impulsive purchase or impulsive buying, that we've just seen something and we just want to have it. We just, since we have the money in our pocket or we have our credit cards, we'll flash it out. We want to buy that particular thing. That's an impulsive buying without us really having to rethink about it, to analyze the pros and the cons of that particular thing. And we just go ahead and buy it. And most of us, including myself, we bought some things that we regret. We just said to ourselves, how did I buy that? I shouldn't have bought it, because we bought it out of impulse. So this 30 days rules helps you to reduce that impulsive buying, and it increases the amount of money that you can save, because if you can control that impulsive buying, you can save those extra buck and improve your financial freedom journey, financial independent journey. And you get aware of your spending, of your financial situation. You get aware of certain things, not just think things through. Encourage thoughtful spending. You have to encourage that, because with this 30 days money savings or 30 days purchase money saving tip, what it does, it helps you become aware of your financial situation. It also helps you, it encourages you to be thoughtful in your spending. It also helps you to boost your financial situation. It improves how you look at it. It improves your financial awareness, like somebody driving a car. You're not just only after your own safety, you're also after the safety of other road users, other drivers or pedestrians or whatever. You become more aware of it. And this is what 30 days rule helps you do. It helps you to become aware of actually the way you are spending your money that you didn't notice in the past. It helps you to put control in certain areas that were just free flow. Okay? And to the next step, it also, for example, I want to give you a typical example. For example, if you want to say real life example, say for example a gadget, which I've also mentioned before, or an electronics. If you want to buy an electronic item or a phone, if you give yourself that 30 days window, it will help you analyze what type of phone you want, or what type of gadget or what type of electronics that you really need, that fits your need, not just go the Joneses, that fits your requirement, that fits your financial pocket as well. This could be a clothing accessory as well. You want to buy clothes, you want to buy makeup, you want to buy eyebrow, you want to buy shoes, you want to buy gym stuff, whatever it is, give yourself that 30 days window to evaluate your situation. And this now ties back to, because that it is now ties back to have a clear goal, to have a clear perspective, and or is it dining out? Do you really need to dine out this Friday or this week, or do you really need to eat out this week? If you save all that eating out or dining out cash that you've been flashing out on restaurants and takeaways, if you save those in 30 days, you see how much you've been throwing away. And that is enough. That money is enough for you to even buy stocks or invest in online business or any other side hustle that you want to use to increase your income. Okay? And home decoration, the same thing goes to home decoration. This is summertime, and a lot of us want to renovate or want to repair one thing or another in our houses. We want to repaint the house, we want to do certain decoration, we want to do home improvement and stuff like that. Now, is that really needed? Is that really important at this point in time? Does that fit into your budget? Does that fit into your priorities? Is that on the waiting list? You have to analyze all these things, and now give yourself 30 days to see if all that point, all the factors fitting together. And then if they do, then go ahead and start your home decoration or home renovation. But you need to give yourself that 30 days window for you to analyze it in a greater detail to see if you really need it. Okay? Now, overcoming common challenge with 30 days, because there are going to be challenges as you embark on the journey. For example, impulsive buying temptation. If you're, like I mentioned before, we all are falling victim of impulsive buying. Nobody will say that he or she hasn't fallen victim of impulsive buying at one point in his or her life or another. But these 30 days challenge also come with that temptation or a challenge. Will you be able to control your impulsive buying temptation? Will you be able to stand peer pressure, because your friends, your colleagues, your neighbors, and whoever, pressure will mount. You will see things, you will hear things. Will you be able to stand the temptation not to fall a victim, to jump out into the mall or into the supermarket or jump into online to begin to order other stuff that you don't really need? And another thing is, will you be able to stand the temptation of being bombarded by Facebook and YouTube and other advertising platforms like Propeller ads, Taboola, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook? I mean, you name them all. Outbrain. These are all advertising platforms that they bombard you, or even your post, the traditional media way of people sending you posts to your door. Will you be able to stand the temptation of not ordering, seeing one of those and say, oh yeah, I like this stuff, So if you can do that, then you are in control. Don't allow the situation to control you. Always know that you are in charge, because whatever you give your control over to controls you. If you give control, if you give your power to online purchasing or to an item online, to whatever, that item will take over that power and use that power to control you and influence you, and therefore you end up buying stuff that you don't really need. Okay? So make sure, always know that you are in control. You are the one that has the power. You can switch, you can put on the switch and you can put it off, and you are on the driver's seat. You are the pilot. So whatever you direct the plane or the car or whatever of your life, that is where it goes. And whenever you direct your credit card, your debit card, your cash, that is where they go. So now you are in control. Another situation, another item that is in control of you. Okay? So if you can withstand this temptation, and also including emotional spending, because some of us, we just want to spend because we feel bored, we feel bad about something, we feel emotionally attached because there's an appeal over certain things, over an item, over a situation or whatever. So we feel emotionally attached. We need to do something. If you can stand those temptations, then you are the driver's seat. And then the next step is to be able to track your progress. Tracking your progress is so important. Track your progress. You have to measure how far you are faring, how well you are doing. Understand how well you are doing. You know, maintaining your savings journal. Always journal. You know, always journal. As you can see on my desk here, I have all kinds of journal here. Okay, I have all kinds of book here. You have to learn to journal stuff. Write stuff down. You know, what you've done within those 30 days, how much you've saved within a day or within a week or within a month. And before you know it, you will hit that 10K savings in no time. Okay? And at the same time, calculate your savings. Make sure your savings is automated. It goes out of your bank account in automation. Okay? And reflect as well on your spending. Try to reflect and say, oh, this, I've been spending money on this very particular thing, which I now discovered that I don't really need it. You know, I've just been wasting my time. You know, for example, I'll give you a typical example. I've been spending a lot of money on electricity and gas. The electricity company never told me that I've been overpaying them for over 6-7 months. Until recently, I discovered that. So I called them and I said, hey guys, how come that normally you guys write a letter and say we're increasing your bill or we're reducing your bill, but you guys have just been taking my money without even notifying me or without even telling me, you know. And they apologized and they reduced my bill by over 35%, you know, my monthly bill. They reduced by 35%. In addition to that, they also give me they're not planning to give me a compensation for overpayment for those period of time that I've done it, you know, without them telling me. Okay, so and then we have to adopt a 30 days rule for different financial goals. You have to know what, like I said from the beginning, having a goal, having a perspective. Because your goal gives you a new perspective. Now, your 30 days rule, you know, you have a financial goal. What is your financial goal? Is it an emergency? Are you building an emergency fund? Is it for a vacation? Is it for a holiday? Is it for marriage? Is it for investment? Is it for education? What is the goal? Whatever the goal it is, that must be from the onset. Okay, and that must be clearly set out from the beginning. And then lastly, the tips for staying motivated, because after this hard work, you must also learn to reward yourself. You know, it's always good when we reward ourselves after our hard work. Okay, if no one congratulates you or pats you in the back, try to pat yourself on the back and give yourself something something nice. It's like when you read a book, or if you read a book of Atomic Habit, or if you read a book also from Morgan Housel, you know, The Psychology of Money. You know, whenever you do something good for yourself, at the end of it, reward yourself. You know, give yourself a pat on the back, however you want to do that, but try to reward yourself. So visualize your goal, And visualization, what I've come to understand is that, what I've come to know is that most people, they try to do it without really achieving the end result. Let me show you how visualization is done, because this is how I do it, this is how I've been taught, and this is how I do it, and this is how I've been getting results. And this also, besides being a Christian, this is how, from what I read from the Bible, this is also how it should be done. Visualization is seeing the end from the beginning. Visualization is you living the end, seeing yourself living the end from the beginning. For example, we're talking about, I'm showing you guys how to, or giving you guys tips on how to save $10,000 fast. Now, seeing yourself in possession of that $10,000 and seeing yourself allocating that $10,000 to the things you want to do or get done by the $10,000. For example, you're going on vacation, or you see yourself get that vacation paid already. Be already seeing yourself enjoying that vacation on that location where you're going. Or if you're married, see your marriage ceremony is successful, and if it's to buy a car or whatever it is, just see the end, live in the end from the beginning. Okay? And therefore, and the next one is staying accountability and positive. Staying accountability to yourself and staying positive to yourself. You have to stay positive, okay?